Hello, my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Workshop. I have a few things to talk to you about today. First of all, a little housekeeping. We'll be there at Dickey's Barbecue Pit this evening. We get started playing about 6 o'clock, and we go to about 8:30 generally. I'm still coughing like crazy, but hopefully we'll be able to have a good time there this evening. As far as I know, everybody will be there. Don't really know that anybody is not going to be there tonight. So that means Leon and Bill and Beverly and Gary and Don for sure, or at least I think everybody like that will be there. Yesterday, I got all involved with that violin giveaway, and I kind of forgot to show you a couple things that I had in queue. One is just a little random video clip here. I just thought I'd show you because I could. Here it is.
Walking outside here, you got to be careful what you walk into. Can you see him? That's a big one. Big old spider. That's a big old spider web right there too. That's a big one. I'm sure it's not poison, but it's make you think if you walked into that and got that right on your face.
And that's the corner I turned right there too. I was just about to walk into that, and I saw that sucker. Right, he was just about eye level there to me, and it was a big one, that's for sure. Have that crawling all over your face would just make you a little bit creepy. Although I'm not afraid of them. I mean, it really wouldn't bother me to a huge extent. It just doesn't make you feel good when you get a spider web on your face, especially when there's a big spider on it. Here's another little clip that I had yesterday that I didn't show you, and this is from one of my mandolin customers. Yeah, Steve Norman, he just wrote a text and attached a picture of the mandolin. You can see that mandolin's well worn. You can tell he plays it a lot. He said, the mandolin's still in tune. He says it's really playing well. And he just said, thank you for building it for me. He really loves that mandolin. Steve Norman's in the Louisville, Kentucky area, or at least he used to be. He was a horseshoer that apparently worked on a lot of the race horses, the big time race horses. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, he loves his mandolin. I just thought I'd show that to you. And for those of you who might be tuned in and don't know why I'm coughing, it's my allergies. They go straight into my lungs. I get a lung infection, and it won't go away unless I go get antibiotics. And I'm trying to make it go away on its own. Generally, it takes a long time before it goes away on its own. But I don't know. If I can hold out, I'm going to. And I also mentioned in this video that we have some Waterwheel improvement. The Waterwheel project's been a big, huge project. And here's just another step in the project, and this one is all done by Miss Sue.
Thought I'd show you. Sue's been working hard. She put all this rock around here. That's that rip-rap rock that we put in that one ditch. She thought it would look good here, and I think it does. Doing a good job with it. She spread all this herself. She did every bit of it herself. It's quite a bit of work. I didn't think she had this much rock. I wonder if she got a second load, because I didn't think there was enough here to do this, especially to this degree. You can see the water wheel is barely turning right now. You can see it's kind of missing. The water's kind of missing there. So when I take the wheel off, which I'm going to do before long, I'll fix all that and line it up better and get it all. So I'm going to take the wheel off so I can plaster this wall better so it doesn't leak through. And you can see here how it's washed out under here. We're going to have to fix all that up when I take the wheel off too. So we got some more work to do, but this is really looking good. I think she's doing a great job.
Yeah, she works hard. I'm telling you, She's the only person I know that works harder than me. And she does. There's no doubt about it. I give. She won. There's no question about that. Let's see. In terms of the violin giveaway, I put it together this morning, and I did get the violin tuned up, and I played it on video, and that video will be coming out very shortly, maybe yet today. I don't know. Let me pick it up here. I don't know if I'm going to try to play it because I can't play these darn things. I haven't tuned it since I tuned it this morning, and it's pretty close. It's close. I don't know if it's perfect, but it's close. Yeah, it's a nice fiddle. It's going to make a real nice violin for some youngster that wants to get in on this contest. I took a lot of time, and you'll see it in the video. I set the action really well. I set the action back here. I thinned down this bridge even more. I would rate this about an 8.5 in terms of a good violin outfit. It's very good. I would have probably rated it a 10 had it come with better strings. The strings on it, they're not terrible, and they're good enough for a student for quite a long time. But they are steel strings, and they're a little bit harsh, Had it come with, say, something like the nylon core Diodario Pro Art strings, I think that would boost this up to a 10 easily. But overall, you can't. It's pretty hard to beat. As a violin kit goes, this is a pretty darn good one. Okay, in terms of the giveaway on this, the thing I didn't say yesterday was how long the giveaway will go for. We're going to let it go through Friday the 20th. So September 20th, by 5 o'clock p.m., get your entries in by then. And your entry just consists of a 3 to 5 minute video, hopefully with the youngster doing most of the talking in the video and or playing the violin, and basically just making their case for why they need a violin. And then what I intend to do, we'll get all that put together hopefully over that weekend following the 20th, which is a Friday, hopefully on Monday, and if not Monday, it'll be one day that next week. We will put all those videos together. And again, I'll leave out the identifiable parts of the video. In other words, I'm not going to have any names in there or addresses or anything. Well, maybe the first name or something, but that'll be it. And then we'll put them all together in one longer video and let you all vote on them one day that week. And yeah, somebody mentioned that we could put them on a certain platform and leave it out there for several days for voting. But I just want to get it over with. So what we'll do is we'll actually let the viewers the vloggers that are there that day vote on it, and the winner will be the winner, and we'll just let it go with that. Let's see. Again, the rules are, as I stated yesterday, 3 to 5 minute video with the youngster doing most of the talking and presenting their case, and get it in by Friday the 20th, and be sure at the end of the video to put in there your shipping address in case you win. So in other words, where I would send it to you. Because again, in the past, I've had to hunt all that stuff down and then wait for replies and things. And I just want to get this thing as streamlined as possible. I will edit out that stuff so that no one else sees it but me. That's about everything I can think of. And the only other thing is that I probably can't open this up to overseas. It really should only be the contiguous 48 states. And I don't even know that I could really open it up to Canada because the shipping, it just gets to be crazy. Shipping's bad enough just here in the United States. So I think I'm going to have to constrict it to just the 48 states. Sorry about that, but it just is what it is. Of course, I'll pay the shipping, but I'm just saying that I don't want to pay it to to Ireland or someplace because it's like $600. I mean, it's just ridiculous what it costs to ship it like that, especially if you insure it or anything. Well, anyway, I think that covers all that. Yesterday afternoon, I also kept working on the Gloofy laser cutter, trying to get it to work so I could do a review on it. And so far, every single thing works on it. And at one time, the laser worked, but the laser doesn't work anymore. I cannot get that laser light to turn on to cut anything, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it already broke or what the problem is. So far, I didn't see any replies back from Gloofy. I sent them a couple of emails now. They may have replied today, and I haven't looked. So anyway, I may work on that some more this afternoon, see if I can't figure out why that laser's not turning on. I'm going to try to get Leon's guitar out this afternoon too and inspect. I'm not going to try to fix anything, but I'm going to try to inspect it really close and just inspect it and see what's going on inside that guitar that keeps causing it to do something different. Every time you fix one thing on it, something else goes wrong. It's just, like I said, it just doesn't want to be a guitar. I think that's everything I was going to cover today. Sorry I keep coughing, but there's not too many options on that. So let's see who's here. Joe Nigan looks like he was the first one in there this morning. Rod Wentler's right there. Brian Byler, David Thorpe. And Ben Boyd says, just finished watching the Kim Warner Apprentice series, Jerry. The final jam was fantastic. He's a virtuoso, and you kept up with him perfectly. Well done, sir. Well, not really. I mean, I kept up, but I wouldn't say perfectly. He's really good. And, like those boys down there in Springfield, they're really good. If you were just trying to put them on levels, and I'm trying to be as honest as I can be, I would put those guys like at 10, and I'd put me at I don't know, 7 maybe. Maybe if on a good day I'm a 7. But they're way above where I'm at. Let's see. David Thorpe. I told my wife that she drew her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. Rod Wentler. Jerry, I understand that since farmers started rolling hay instead of baling, livestock can't get a square meal anymore. That's very true. Those big round bales, they seem like the way to go. But did you ever try to feed those to horses in a stall? That's not your best hay for horses in a stall. Your square bales are so much easier to feed. Big round bales, you got to do something to get the hay off of the bale. It's not easy to do when you're feeding them in a stall. So there's a consideration. David Thorpe. I used to think I was indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. Let's see. Nancy says, great job, Sue. Wavy gravy. Geology rocks, but geography is definitely where it's at. Bill Webb, good afternoon. almost missed you. Well, hello, Bill. Hey, David, do you know the difference between ignorance and apathy? And then Bill says, David, I don't know, and I don't care. David Tharp, no, Bill, I don't know, and I don't care. Nancy says, who's on first? Bill Webb. Oh no, I don't spiders. I don't spiders. I'll not only come out of my clothes, I come out of my skin. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's funny why some people are so afraid of spiders. And lots of people are. It's not rare. I just don't get it. It's just a bug. Gary Hayden. Jerry, if you ever refretted an electric guitar with a maple fretboard, please share the experience. I know I have done it. I don't remember if it's on video or not, but I would imagine if you look, there's probably plenty of electric guitars where I shouldn't say that. I haven't refretted a lot of electric guitars. I'm sure I've done it. Well, in one sense, it's no more difficult to do that than it is to do one ebony. It really isn't that much harder. It's about the same, really. I don't think there's very much difference. On either one, whether you're doing ebony or doing maple, your biggest problem is rip out, tear out. And that's why you always see me take a wet rag and I go up and down the fretboard with a wet rag. And believe it or not, going up and down the fretboard is better than going across the frets. Going across the frets doesn't get the water under the fret as easy. When you're going back and forth sideways, it forces that water under the fret. And when you get that water, when you get the frets or the wood wet under the fret, it'll tear out a lot less. I've heard some people say, well, that's really stupid. You're swelling up the wood and making it tighter. No, you're not really. You're softening the wood and it'll pull out without chipping. I mean, it's like night and day difference. If you don't soften it up, when you pull those frets out, it likes to chip big time. So that's my 2 cents. You do what you want. I know that David Thorpe says, I know that everybody says money talks. All mine ever says is goodbye. Yeah, I can relate to that. Well, guys, it's going to be a short one, it looks like. I don't see any other questions or comments. We're at the end. And I got lots to do, so maybe I ought to go do it. It was really beautiful weather here yesterday. It was like, I went out for a little while, about an hour last evening, trying to do some metal detecting. And I didn't find anything good. I found quite a few bullets, but none of them looked like they were real old, although I haven't cleaned them off yet to see if they have the white patina or not. But as far as I'm still looking for more Civil War relics, and I'm just going in random places out in the fields, just trying to find it, but I haven't found any yet. But yesterday was the first day where it was cool enough where you could actually enjoy it. I mean, when it's hot and humid like that, I don't like to metal detect. It's not any fun at all. Let's see. David Tharp says some of the fenders with maple necks, it's better to drive the frets out from the side instead of pulling them. Well, I've never heard of that. I guess you could. I don't know. I don't think you could do that. I don't see how you could do that, because the frets have got those nubs on them all the way down, and you'd be plowing a huge channel down through your fret. I don't think you can drive them out sideways. If you can, I don't know anything about it, and I don't think I'd want to try it. You'd almost have to bend your fret to get it out of there if you drove it sideways. At least any frets I'm familiar with. Maybe there's some smooth frets or something that I'm not aware of, but I haven't ever seen one. And if you don't have binding, then you possibly could get away with that if you could do it, and I don't really think you could. But if you have binding, you couldn't drive them out sideways because you'd have to drive it through your binding. But regardless, I've never heard of that. That surprises me altogether. There's only 101 viewers today, so I don't know. We've lost some people somewhere. Well, guys, I think that's going to be everything. I was just trying to think about the violin, if I've covered everything. I think I've covered everything. I will get the video going on that. I have to proof it one more time and get it uploaded. And then I guess I'll let that company look at it before I turn it loose, or at least try to. And that may take a while, too. You never know. Sometimes they get back to you right away, and other times it takes a while. So that's it. Thank you for being here. Well, Ronald Todd popped one in there. Says, I just came back from paying my taxes. I sure know what's saying goodbye to money is all about. Yep. Peter Lubbock, fender frets were driven out sideways, special from the 70s. I've never heard of that. Never heard of it. I don't see how you could do it. I mean, the frets have these giant nubs on them. That's what makes them tear out when you pull them out. And those nubs, I don't say you could drive that sideways. I mean, like you would bend that wire before you would get that going very far sideways. That wire would have to bend. It would have to. You'd have to show me that one. I don't believe it. Honestly, I'm sorry, Peter, but I don't believe it. I don't see how you could do it. I do not think it's possible. Now, maybe with a special kind of fret you could, but not with the normal frets. So that's me. I'm sticking by that. Somebody's going to have to prove that one to me. We'll see you tomorrow with something else.